My inheritance from my father is continuously calculated in the previous child support orders, which not accurate. It appears that Karen Sanchez has imputed Joanne's income to minimum wage when she makes considerably more than that.
However she imputed it was on her. Mr. Rue inherited a $300,000 home about a year and a half ago that was fully paid off. Child support was initially computed. His inheritance was not included. I feel he doesn't have the same drive or motivation to work that $50,000 a year job that he could get.
Do you agree with Mr. Rue that you were imputed down? This is Michael Rue versus Joanne Rue. Date and time set for a hearing on plaintiff's objection to Uniform Child Support Order modification. Both parties have appeared today via Zoom. There being no objection. And Mr. Rue, this is your objection, so you'll give your presentation first. And did you want to start with your own testimony today?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and swear you in. If you would please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can lower your hand and I'll be right with you.
Alrighty.
Okay, so Mr. Rue, you just kind of explain the basis for your objection and provide any testimony that you would like in support of that.
Okay. So I'm here because of my objection to the modified order for child support, which is Exhibit A I've sent in. In the associated report, Exhibit B, prepared by Mrs. Karen Sanchez. I'm requesting that the previous child support order be replaced with a new order that more directly reflects our incomes. It appears that Karen Sanchez has imputed Joanne's income to minimum wage when she makes considerably more than that. Childcare can be provided at my house 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, free of charge to the both of us if need be. Karen Sanchez has stated several times that neither of us have a mental or a physical disability that prevents us from working full time, which the child care provider here can allow us to work whenever needed be. Also, my inheritance from my father is continuously calculated in the previous child support orders, which, from my understanding on the child support manual, is not accurate. It refers to gifts and such, and it's not considered income in any other taxing or anything like that. So my calculator is ran at both of our hourly wages at 35 hours a week, which lowers the support to, I think, 194 a month. And I think that better reflects both of our incomes. So I think with my exhibits I've submitted, I kind of touch on all that there. So I think that's pretty much all I have to
Okay.
add at this time.
Ms. Rue, did you get a copy of those exhibits?
I did.
Okay. Did you have any questions for Mr. Rue about the exhibits or about any of his testimony?
Not necessarily questions, no.
Okay. So so I guess Mr. Rue, as far as Ms. Rue is concerned, so I mean, how much well, I guess my question is, how do you know how much she's earning right now?
I filed it's not quite a Freedom of Information Act with the front of the court. They believe it called it something different, but I submitted that and got the requested documents through the front of the court at the courthouse there. I got pay stubs, tax documents, that kind of thing.
And those documents reflected income in excess of what Ms. Rue was imputed at?
Yeah, she makes $17.76 an hour. And Karen Sanchez imputed her to minimum wage, I believe, based on the fact that she's claiming she can't work 40 hours a week, which shouldn't be a problem for either of us. The ability to provide childcare here, In my understanding,
Go ahead.
sorry,
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry. My understanding, according to the child support manual, that both imputed and potential income is to raise an income to a more equal level. But in this case, it seems like it's being used to lower her income. And I cite specifically 2.1G, 4A, 4 and A and C.
2.01G for A and C.
Yep.
Okay. So, based on your review of the documents, how much is Miss Rue actually working right now, or based on maybe what she's told you?
I mean, looking at her paycheck stubs, she ranges anywhere from 20 some hours a week to 35 hours a week. Which we both work in the service industry, which is understandable. I sometimes get less than 40 hours a week. That's why I just average out the calculator to 35 hours a week. Seemed like a fair number because in the summer my hours will go up, and I assume tourist business would increase her hours as well.
Okay. Okay, and then was there any additional information that you wanted the court to have regarding the inheritance or about its treatment for purposes of child support?
Well, I do have an inheritance from my father that's it's dispersed monthly by a trustee, but I have no control over that money. It can be stopped at any time. So with that possibility, if I ever do have that removed, I won't be able to afford the $400 a month that they're charging me right now. I have zero control over it. I really have no other information other than I get a monthly payment from the trustee. But it's definitely inheritance, not a gift or income as far as everything else is concerned, as far as taxes or anything like that. And I'm not trying to not pay child support. I'm trying to pay amount that reflects, our income. Aside from that, I can provide, or I do provide, anything my daughter needs, boots, whatever, stuff like that. I help pay for anything that really she needs ever. So, but if that is stopped, then I can't afford the amount they're charging me right now.
Other than the inheritance, did you think that the friend of the court got it right for your income as far as what you earned from your employment?
Yeah, I believe so. I think Karen Sanchez had me at like 40,000, which is my $22 an hour at roughly 35, 40 hours a week, and I have no problem with that. But when her income is imputed at the lowest amount possible, it creates a larger gap. When I am under the understanding that it's always supposed to try to bring the incomes closer together rather than further apart. Right? And taking into account overnights and that, it's essentially Joanne has her one more day a week than me overnight. So it's not like I'm not present or providing a place for her to be, on my days of the week.
So you was the overnights used by the friend of the court appropriate in your mind?
Yeah, that's the current agreement or order. And I had no problem with any of that. It's basically just the incomes were the area in question, in my opinion. And then Karen Sanchez has never requested any kind of documentation on the trust. It's basically just word of mouth at this point. And I mean, I do have a copy of the trust, but I didn't submit it as any kind of evidence because I don't feel that it's income. So that's, I guess, where I'm at with that. And then it's never. Whoops, sorry.
You mentioned about the child care issue. So do you have a right of first refusal in your custody order at all?
That I do not know.
Okay.
I would assume so, but I am not 100% certain on that.
And you said that you can provide child care for free, but what if you're both working at the same time?
Well, my fiance stays home with my younger daughter, Charlie's half sister. So somebody is here at the house all the time, whether it be my day off or she's here. And she will be here with Charlie sometimes when I'm at work now. So I don't see why that would be raise an issue.
So you're just I want to be clear. So you're under oath offering Miss Rue free childcare.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Anything else at this point, Mr. Rue?
Um, I do have the copy of a text message from Joanne as well that indicates this is previous to the original, well, the modified child support order being put in place, where she contacted me um, with her thoughts that the child support was going to be reduced. Um, and so I just like you'd consider that too, that she's well aware that that could have been a possibility. And I feel it would have been if our incomes were put in at a more accurate amount.
Okay, Ms. Rue, we'll move on to your presentation. So I'll go ahead and swear you in. If you would please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. Lower your hand. All right. So did you want to just start off with any particular response to Mr. Rue's arguments?
Sure. So honestly, I mean, fighting over money is not something that I prefer to do. The only reason I'm here is because it's for my daughter and my daughter only. In regards to some of his objections, the one thing I will say is that I did turn everything in to Ms. Sanchez. And so however she imputed it was on her. I do feel like she probably imputed my income as I'm sorry. Oh my gosh.
That's okay. Take your time. So you're saying that she imputed she imputed your income at monthly gross income of $1,757 a month. I mean, it's basically full-time minimum wage. Was that what
Yeah.
you were?
Yes, yeah. And I believe that it was imputed that way because, as Mr. Roof said, I work in the hospitality industry. So my hours do get cut often. It's not because I don't have the availability. It's because the resort they have a budget and they can't put as many people on. So I do fight and argue for hours, but sometimes they're cut, and I can't do much about it. Even this week, I was cut down to 3 days. I ended up picking up Friday. So it's not for lack of childcare or wanting to work. In cases where I need childcare, I typically send my daughter on a play date, or my parents will come and visit and hang with her while I'm at work. In regards to the text message, so that text message was sent at a time where I was feeling very stressed and very concerned because I had just received a letter from DHS saying that my health insurance, I was no longer qualified for my health insurance. That turned out to be a glitch in the system. So at that point, I just wanted to express, like, when I said, apparently I make too much money, I was feeling that way because of that situation. I had also found out that my food help was reduced to $23. So I was just very concerned. And the only thing I cared about really was making sure that my daughter was able to do her extracurricular activities. He's never helped me with that before. And so that's why I sent that. In regards to in regards to his offer for childcare if I did need it. This also adds a 2 hour commute on me. So he lives 20 minutes away from me. And then to get to my work would be another 45 minutes. And then to do the same thing going back.